this weekend?
Already came there.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I think Diesel is super sad.
Um, how are those two to watch? They sound like a hoot at her place from every story she tells me.
Well, yeah, and I'm not like just not camping over there by any means. Like,
Yeah.
I run over there and let them do their thing. But yeah, so Diesel's he's a bit of a handful. This is what Xander is like. Just he thinks he's like a little lap dog, and he's like an 8 pound.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they're sweetest dog, but like, you know, he'll come up and he's just kind of like laying with his leg on you, kind of hearing like you are 80 pounds. And when they're outside, it's going to be a bit of a wrestling match. I mean, they're well behaved, but like, you know,
Two bigger dogs.
they're big. I mean, they're like
Yeah.
balls of muscle. You know what I mean? So like, you just feel it's like guys take off.
Oh yeah, they're both like, you're like, come on.
So like, it's just like, dude, you know, like 2 hands. As opposed to what I was used to, like, you know, sometimes I watch my leader, it's just like little.
Yeah, like the smallest little.
Little inch long poop out there, and it's just like you pick it up and it's like, yeah.
That is quite the differential and stuff as you go through it. I love it.
So, yeah,
All right. How you guys feeling from the week? Yesterday, all that good, sore. I know some of you are kind of just back. Is this like first day back? Jim, how are you feeling after your first day back yesterday? All right, well, okay with that. Paul, is this your first one back? Oh yeah, we're jumping right back in the heat of stuff. I love it.
Yeah. Kettlebell that he was working. I was stuck with Pete Girl. So they made me work out.
Oh, look at that. You never miss a step. I love it. So today, is gonna be MIC simple in the movements. That doesn't mean it's gonna be good, not gonna be good work or challenging as you want, but the simplicity of just give you an idea of the conditioning. It's got the goal is these consistent, repeatable efforts. So what I mean by this is we're gonna warm up in these 30-second intervals. And once we get to it, the idea is finding, and this is where you play with the hardest 30 seconds you can do, but I want you to try being able to hit the same number every single round. So that's the key, that we're trying not to make this like I have a higher round, a lower round, that once you get into it, there's like it's a consistency that I can get to, that the last 2 to 3 rounds should be very challenging. Like that's where I'm not sure if I can make it, but I want you to be able to try hitting the same number each time as we go through. The strength is obviously going to work on 2 movements here, very much in this kind of control that we've worked on earlier in the week, where we're going to do RDLs with a pause, and we're just going to really focus on really working in that hinge. And when you stop, really focusing on feeling that full stretch, it's going to feel a lot towards that top of that upper hamstring into the glute, and then strong as you come up, and then working on a negative chin up. So same thing, we'll talk in more detail, but the control in the motion is going to help grow muscle, but also make sure we're moving well as we want through an actual chin up. Then piece, pretty simple. It's jump rope, some burpee box jumps. We'll talk in more detail. Don't worry about it. It'll come soon. What I want to do for a warm up, because I said this is on our mind of how we're kind of warming up for, is everything's going to work in 30 seconds on, 15 seconds rest. We'll start with 30 seconds on your cardio. I'd probably recommend being on the piece of cardio that you want to do later. 15-second rest. We're going to do 30 seconds of good mornings. This is really just to help you warm you up in that hinge for your RDL later. So just take your time, get a big stretch, moving well through those hamstrings, especially for those who were here yesterday. You're probably feeling your legs a little bit. 15-second rest, and this is general warm-up. The walking burpee is a walking burpee because it's just generally getting me to move through my entire body to the floor. I'm not sprinting through it, but I'm just kind of just warming myself through general full range of motion. We will go through this 3 times. The only thing I look for is this cardio kind of picking up in intensity. So the third round is kind of thinking ahead, what do you think is the pace you could try doing for 10 efforts consistently as we go through? So I want you to make your way to a piece of cardio you're thinking you want to use for the 30-second efforts later. That way we can kind of warm up, get a little accustomed to it. So make your way to that piece of cardio, what you're thinking you want to do. You can pull some more of the rollers down if you want. We have some rollers over here. It's okay. All right, I'll give you something for you. So we're gonna start on the cardio here. So then we said 30 seconds. First one said, let's just get you moving here with it. We'll kind of build each round. We'll start in 10 seconds. You're on 3, 2, 1, and here we go. So I said, first sets, let's kind of get yourself just moving a little bit. See how we're feeling on it. What? I'll work it. I got it. Do a second. And rest, 15 seconds. And now you're going to go into good mornings. That slight bend in the knee. Drive the hips back. Really focus on set. A big stretch through the hamstring. And I'd say even now you could work on that pause where when you see the bottom, just hold for like a second. And just like feel that stretch. Kind of where exactly you feel that stretch. Said. Generally, it's like I said, it's going to be the hamstring, maybe a little more in the upper part where it kind of inserts into your glute is where I think you're going to feel it. You see that 10 seconds here. Good. And rest. The next one is that you're going to do 30 seconds of walking burpees. You're going to say, let's have you just do 15 seconds of squats and then 15 seconds of a knee push-up. Said, this is just walk through it. This is just full body, a little bit of the press to the floor, getting up. And here we go. I said 30 seconds. There's no specific speed I need you to go right now. Just warming up that full up and down. Ten more seconds here, just moving well. All right, and rest. So 15 sets, you head back to your cardio goal. Let's start adding just a little more intensity. Same thing, I know very much still warming up, but you have a little more speed here with it as you go. We're going to be back on in 3, 2, 1, and here we go. So, hey, I'm thinking, okay, a little faster. We're thinking it's going to be repeat efforts with only a 30-second rest in between these as you go through. So you just kind of getting that on your mind a little bit here as you're moving, what it's going to be like. Good. Transition to the floor. So same thing, that nice big stretch to the hamstring, good little hinge to the slight bend in the knee. If you want, do that nice little pause in the bottom. Feel that hamstring. When you're ready, here we go. I said, this is very much still just warming up. Move well. See how the hamstrings feel. And we're going to focus on the hips going back, not the torso falling forward here as you go through. Just wrap it. One less. 10%. So you guys just like making up your own workouts or kind of follow? Were you guys just making up your own workouts when you're down there? Or?
Pretty much, yeah. Sweet workout.
Oh, really?
Really?
Rest.
That's one I've ever seen at a hotel.
Did they have like everything?
Everything.
Wow.
There's a picture, we had a picture of Peter with a 200-pound kettlebell pretending like he's swinging it. That's, I mean, they had
200-pound kettle. What is? Oh, I want to see this picture. All right. Anyway, so nice walk through burpee. If you want to move a little faster here, great. If you're saying, hey, I'm still using this as just general movement, don't worry about the speed part of it. The cardio is the main one that we're going to have that increased intensity as we go. You're halfway on it. Good, and rest. So going back for this third round, let's now have another increase here in the cardio. I said, this is why, so I want you to start getting an idea of what you think that pace is maybe going to be here for your 30 seconds. You're on here in 2, 1, and here. So this one should start having a little intensity with it now. Like, hey, I'm putting some focus in here. I'm trying to get a good look at one thing to try later on my efforts. 10 more seconds. You're gonna rest. So this is the last round of each. So we'll do one more on the good mornings, one more on that walking burpee, a little breather as we'll talk in more detail on your cardio then. We're back on 3, 2, 1. Last time with this said, just good hinge. I just want you to feel essentially once we get to the RDLs later, you should be like, yeah, I feel very warmed up in the movement pattern. I have a good idea of maybe what that end range of motion is going to look like for you here once you get into it later. It's going to be one of the 2 main strength pieces you're going to have. Good. You still got 10 seconds here. 3, 2, and rest. Good. And final thing you're going to do is one more time the walking burpee. I said the same thing. Pick the pace you need here. So it's just general warm up. Once we finish, you'll get a breather. We'll talk and we'll jump into the cardio for you. You're going to be rolling 3, 2, 1, and here we go. So last time, find intensity and speed you need and want here from this. Final 10. And rest. All right. Perfect. So yourself a breather here, some water. Said, how the conditioning is going to work now here? Said, it's going to be 10 efforts of 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. And how I want you to approach this is the idea of each effort being the exact same intensity. So what I mean by that is this first effort, if you do 7 calories, that'd be the idea that you could hold 7 calories for every single effort as you go through. And obviously this can be a little tricky in the idea that you need the first one to be, it's got to be a challenge, but it cannot be an all out. Because if you do that, I'm going to tell you right now, you're probably not going to hold that come the 10th round. So it's really working on the idea to pace yourself. So when you do this first effort, it should be, well, it's like, hey, I'm working to hold this pace. Like I can't just mindlessly go, but you shouldn't feel like you're near the edge of falling off after this first effort. Because it's once you get to round 7, 8, 9, and 10, when you're going to go, oh, now holding this calorie number is becoming quite the challenge to hold on to. Because I want you to try being able to have that consistency in holding the same pace as we go through now. So I want you to start walking up to your cardio and get a little idea in your head right now of what's the number you're thinking you're going to aim for. Like, what do you think is going to be that number you can try doing for these 30 efforts? So I want that consistency part is the main part of this. I don't want it to be like 10, then 8, and 3. I want to try being the same. So give me a moment here. Your mind's reset. I said, getting that thought right now. All right. So we're going to start your first effort. So this is kind of setting that marker after that. So in your head, okay, aggressive, but this should still be manageable here for this first 30. You're on here in 3, 2, 1, and here we go. So this should be manageable here as you go through. Work, but pace. Work, but pace. Halfway. Final 5. And rest. All right. So I'd like you to look at what you did here, and now let's try that here for the second one. Now we're said this is that consistency part here. Look like, okay, I did 6 calories. All right. I'm going to try doing that same thing. 15 seconds. How are your knees feeling less? Feel any better now? Better?
Horrible.
Oh, they didn't get any better? Oh, shit.
No.
All right, 5 seconds here. Going 3, 2, 1, and here we go. So now, here's that consistency. Do what you did that first round. There's halfway. 5. And rest. Right? 30 seconds here. So hopefully we're able to hit the second half in a row. If not, make an adjustment because I want this to be something you can shoot for, but it's consistent. I don't want this to kind of be like it's going down now as we go through. You have 15 seconds. We should have a good idea now. Think like, hey, with 5 seconds to go, I'm set. With 3 seconds, I'm very active. I'm thinking about it, and then I'm ready to roll. You have 5 seconds. So you're getting yourself set. 3, 2, and you go right back in. Same thing now. Get up to that speed, and then hold. Right, there's halfway. There's halfway. Five seconds. And rest. Good. So now we should be pretty dialed in on what our number is. If it's the same one we did the first round, or if you realize you needed to judge that number after the first 2 efforts, perfect. But we should now have a number you're aiming to do here each time as we go through. Something that's consistent, a marker to chase and go for an as we go. You have 10 seconds here. Now let's get in the rhythm here of getting yourself set. 5 seconds. You're on your 3, 2, 1, and here you go. So now show that consistency now. Halfway. Final 5. And rest. Good. There's 4 down there. Take that breather here. All right, how are we doing? We hitting the number? We got a number? We hitting it? All right. Yeah, we hitting it?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Yeah, so find a number then you want to shoot for, Tommy. You hitting it? Good. All right. 10 seconds here. Said remember that consistency now with it. You said have a number you're chasing here. Let's try to be each round. You're on 5. Going 3, 2, and we're good. This is going to put you halfway now. This is going to put you halfway. Halfway. Final 5. And rest. Good. All right, that is 5 down here. 5 more to go. All right, how are we doing on the numbers? Hitting it though? Yeah. Hard, great. As long as we're hitting it still. All right, 15 seconds. So I said, all right. Now we should have a pretty good idea of how we're approaching each round here. Now, obviously, you're kind of managing with that fatigue. You're on 5. You can set 3, 2, 1, and here we go. And seconds. And left. Good. All right, so now it's where we should start getting that edge here that if you've been hitting that same number, like, okay, these last 3 to 4, like, all right, we gotta see. I gotta make sure I'm holding on last 5 seconds here on this pacing. Paul, how are we doing with the number? Consistent?
Yeah.
Nice. I like it.
Hold on.
Wes? Very good. Yeah. 5 seconds. It's gonna be kind of where you gotta be pretty intentional. Stay with it. 3, 2, and here we go. Ten more seconds. And rest. All right, 7 down, 3 left. So this is that. We're gonna have to maybe put a little more tension at the very beginning. Make sure, hey, I still get out aggressive so we can get to that pace. So it doesn't become maybe a slower build. Then holding on that last 5-2. You got 10 seconds here. You're doing good. 7 down, 3 more to go for you. You're rolling here in 5, 3, 2, and here we go. "15 seconds. Go down to 10. Go through it. Last. All right, you're down to 2 efforts. Down to 2 efforts now. All right. 50 cents. So this is the same thing. Try to hold with it. You know, hey, 2 efforts left here. I might have to give a little more on these 2 to hit it here, but you know you're down to 2. All right, 5 cents. Get yourself set here. You're being active. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Halfway. Now 5. Fast. Good. That is 9 done. You come here. This is the final effort. Fun. Did I say this is that one that you might have a little more motivation than the last one because you know, hey, I can go a little harder if I need to make sure I make it because I know afterwards I'm going to give you a long break and you're going to be done. You got 10 seconds here. One more. Let's keep it there for you. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and here we go. Last one. Make this one the same. Same quality. Come on, halfway. Finish strong. 10 seconds. Well, 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right. Oh, she's just gone this weekend. Good. So, go with that. Catch your breath. I'm going to talk about the next piece. You can just catch your breath, relax while I talk about it. I just need you to listen as I do so. Said it's only going to be 2 strength motions, both going to be pull, upper body, and lower body. So what I said with the RDL, what I want you to do with it today is I'm going to tell you to put a pause in the bottom. So what that means is I'm going through that same light bend in the knees, hips drive back. But I really want to think once you get to that bottom position for you, really pause for a second and really feel that big stretch. I want you to really focus on just like taking time, sitting in that tension, and really seeing where you feel it too with it. So it's generally going to be most likely in that upper hamstring into your glute. So set control down, do a nice pause, hold for a long second, come up strong, get set and braced, then you go into it again. That's going to be for 10 reps. We're going to couple this here is we're going to be working on a negative chin up here. I said there's 2 reasons why I've talked about that you do these negative movements. One, it's going to be one of the best ways here for honestly like growing muscle. It's going to be more time under tension as you're going to move slow through the lowering motion. The second is the other piece I like to focus on for today is I'm going to say in the chin up, making sure that you're moving through it properly. And what I mean on this is on chin up, you can make this more bicep focused if you want, or you can make this more back focused. And that depends on how you go through on the movement. And what I mean is if I want to focus on using my back as the main mover, when I go through the chin up, I'm honestly going to tell you, don't worry about getting your chin above the bar. I want you to focus on pulling through your back and lats and just pulling your back flat. What I mean by that is when I get set up here, palms towards me, I'm focusing on squeeze through my back. I'm not trying to reach my chin because once I reach, I'm now rounding and I'm pulling myself out of that position. So you're just trying to pull the back up and then you're going to lower yourself, trying to say 2 to 3 cents down. So I go up and I'm squeezing and I'm trying to lower. I'm focusing on trying to release through my back. I could easily think about my biceps on this if I want to. If I do this and I'm doing this version, I'm putting a lot more of that tension in my bicep. It may not look like it because I'm trying to use my bicep more. So if you want to make this more of a bicep movement, you can. If you want to make it more back, you can. So you can do this also with the bands. So you can do the negative with bands. That's fine. That's how you adjust it as we go through. It's just having these two movements here because I said, especially doing the pause and the negative, it is pretty challenging on both of those and takes a little bit longer on it. The idea is 8 minutes doing 4 rounds. Because I said, RDL takes longer than normal, especially with the pause and the tension. And that chin up, I'm telling you right now, doing 5 to 7 of a negative chin up will take a little bit. And you also want breather afterwards because I said, that's a lot resisting your body weight. So what I like you load here is you can do dumbbells, you can do cowbell, you can do a barbell. It might take a little bit to load here. For 10 of the RDL, remember, with that pause in the bottom position, and I want to spot set. I'm saying 5 to 7 on the negative chin up because you can kind of play with depending on how challenging the chin up motion is for you. I want to get set up for just those 2 activities right now. Dumbbells, cowbell, you can even do a barbell if you want on the RDL, and then band setup here for the negative chin ups. What do you normally use? Grab the smaller blue one. The blue one that's smaller than that one. Grab that and then one of the reds. Yeah, try that. Good. So you can set up here, practice a little bit on the RDL, thinking, control down. You're gonna have a pause in the bottom. I want you to hopefully a nice second, 1/1000. Feel that big stretch. Then coming up, chin up. I said 5 to 7 is a decent amount. You might have to use a skinny band if that helps. That's totally fine here. It's that being able to control it down. I said you can also play with it. That if you want to make it more back focused or more bicep focused, you can kind of do that as you like with this. I said the idea is these 2 should require some rest after the movements as you go through. Especially, I'm not gonna lie, your grip will kind of feel these a little bit come the 3rd and 4th round, going from that chin up into a long controlled on the RDL. So roll up, just kind of practice right here with it. But I said the grip may become a little bit of a thing later as you go, and I do know that. All right, looks like people are getting closer to it. So we said, how's it work? Remember, it's going to be 8 minutes. Generally looking to do about 4 rounds here on these as you go. Remember, RDL 10 with that pause, thinking about a second in the bottom, and then negative chip. You're thinking about 2 to 3 seconds on the lower. So come up normal or jump above it if you need to. And you're doing that 2 to 3 seconds as you lower yourself down. I'll let you choose which one you'd like to start on. But I'm going to get this clock rolling for you up front for you to jump in on. So 5 to 7 on that chin up. Focus on the control on the way down. If you need to use the box to jump above the bar, that's fine. I want to focus on the lower part. RDL, focus on that nice full pause in the bottom. Feel that hamstring and glute when you pause. Feel that stretch, that tension should be very high in that bottom position. But when you're ready, start here on your first round. That's nice. So it's Nice.
Start here. How many do you do? 5,
7. They said on those chin ups, if the point up part's like hard, don't get me wrong, you can jump above it. Use a box to jump above the bar and just focus on the lower part if you need to. That is fine. That is the main focus, the lower, not the up part. There we go. Nice control, feel that tension. Very good. Yeah. I just want it, just don't pause on the floor. Pause above the floor. So that way you get that tension holds it.
Potential, they're not just resting.
Yeah, well, the idea is you should pausing, so you should be under tension, so you should pause and you should really feel that hamstring because you're holding, because well, yeah, once you're on the floor, then it's just a rest.
I like that.
No. We're gonna be back. Okay.
The only thing I mean, something last week, I might be turning your hands towards you. It's gonna be a chin up. Good. Yep. Look at that. Same thing. Strong up and then control on the way down. Try thing. 2 to 3 cents down. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Yeah, so there's like 2 minutes. You know, if you got through 1 round of each, that's exactly on pace here as what we're thinking here with it. Just doing some good mornings.
Oh, yeah. What are we doing?
Oh, yeah.
How's your morning?
Oh, I mean, so you definitely have to feel your hamstrings down. I didn't know if you just wanted to do a little more for preference. Nothing wrong with it. Just want to check out.
Yeah, so
Yep, just yeah, same. I mean, essentially same motion. Just you're just holding below you, so you're gonna be a little more of the hamstring glue instead of the back. Yeah, that'd be good sound. Here, I'll put it on. You keep moving on it. 'Cause you only got 8 minutes, anyways. You want just the 25 or add the 25? All right. There we go. Yep, monsters are good. You said as we get around, guys, 3 and 4. Still thinking on the chips. If you need to do less reps, I want you to focus on that control part. So I'd rather you do 4 reps if you need to, where you can still lower for 2 to 3 seconds, then trying 7, and you're just kind of going through that at a normal pace. I still want to keep that control here as we go. But I said halfway, you have 4 more minutes here for you. Have a nice second pause. There we go, Paul. Good. So assume the second piece isn't got, the last piece isn't gonna work. Assuming jump rope and burpee box jumps isn't the most ideal.
Maybe for the jump.
Yeah, I think that'd definitely be the. Yeah, were you yesterday? Yeah, did you do step overs? All right, let's can you,
I can't do it swings, like that.
can you do a water ball?
Yeah, maybe I'll do that.
Yeah, that'd be a very like full body dynamic. So I'm probably thinking the big bicep you'll probably do 20 wall balls, and then the jump rope. I mean, 100 rope depends how fast. If you can do like 100 unbroken, like if you can move quick, you can do that in easily a minute or less. So
Okay,
like,
so I should do like 45 seconds after that.
yeah, how many calories should you do in like 45 seconds? Do you think? I was gonna say maybe start at 10 and then because everything goes down. So then you can do 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. So that'd be so you can do 10, 8, 4, 2, and then this will go 20, 20, 18. Yeah, so each goes down.
Yeah.
Everything goes down. So 10. Yeah, start calories at 10. Yep. Yeah. Good. So final 2 minutes here. Final 2 minutes in isotrol if it's finishing round 4 or 3 here as you go. Yep. Palms towards you. So kind of about 40 seconds to that last movement you like to work and finish through here for you. Good. And rest there. So we put weights of bands away, and actually for the last piece, the one thing we will need you to have, you're gonna need a jump rope. We're gonna be doing for singles, and then I do have some box I'm pointing out here. You will need a box that you're gonna be using for a burpee box jump. So I'm getting some pulled out now. If you want a different height, let me know. I can help grab it for you here. I'm just pulling out a bunch of the 20 so far. What's that? You need jump rope with the 12s if you want right there for you, Karen. If you want to use one of those 12s, we can grab one of those if that's a good height. Um, just gonna get stuff set up for you here. I would say if you want with the jump rope, maybe say just trying to find a rhythm right here. Just do like 10 seconds or so. Just getting the rhythm with it here, because I said, we'll talk in a moment here about kind of being able to move consistently. We'll determine kind of maybe if we need to maybe change a number or two for you. Why don't you just try right now? Try 10 seconds or say, try it once you get going. The next consistent rhythm where it's just through the calves. You shouldn't feel like you're doing a big knee tuck or anything as you go through. You should feel like you're able to just consistently move through with little calf jumps and a wrist flick, not feeling like it's a full body large jump as we go. So how this workout is going to work for you here. So it's two movements. We have jump rope and your burpee box jump. It's going to start. It's going to be 5 rounds. Your first round, you will have 100 on the jump rope singles. So this is why I say this, because I said, if you can go through this unbroken and a quicker pace, you can definitely get this done in under a minute. Like there are people that can do 60 in like 30 seconds. So if you're like, hey, it moves a little slower for me, where it's kind of more like I kind of just have to do like one at a time for a pause. You might want to look at this, that this first effort is if it takes you about a minute on the jump rope, maybe just stop at a minute if you're not done yet, just because otherwise it's gonna just kind of keep ticking you over with it. Once you finish, you're gonna make your way up to a box jump. And in a moment, I'm just gonna make sure everyone has a box for them to go to, so two people don't try going to the same one. On the burpee box jump, just one thing. Burpee that you did earlier, going all the way floor. As you come up, land flat, you might have to take a moment or two just to step up to the box before you can jump up. The next control is you step down. So the first round is 110. Each round, though, is going to go down by 20 on the jump rope and down by 2 on the burpee box jump. So then it's going to be 80 and 8, 60 and 6, 40 and 4, and 20 and 2. So the way to approach this workout, and this is how it's kind of designed with the time cap of 7 minutes, is the first 2 rounds are going to be the hardest rounds, as you know, volume-wise. The last 2 rounds will go very quick, like the 40 and 4, 22, you'll be able to cruise. To get it done in 7 minutes is you have to be very front-end aggressive. Of like, hey, I'm going to try doing this unbroken, and I'm trying to push my pace on the burpees. And that second round, where I go into tired, I need to keep trying to keep up with the pace. Because I said, once you get to the last 2 rounds, you can't really change much because it goes by very quick. So you have to think front-end aggressive on this type of workout, and that's going to set you up so when you get to the back-end one, you're in a good spot and get it done in the time frame. So just be aggressive here, pushing pace the first round or 2 on the burpees. I know it's a lot of volume, but it's going to fall off for you as you go through. All right. Does everyone have a box? Jim, what box are you going to? Jim's going to this box. That box. That box. Perfect. Everyone's got a box. Let's see, you're all good with your stuff. All right. Perfect. All right. I'm going to start rolling for you. You said you're going to have 7 minutes here. Try to get through the 5 rounds. I'll kind of yell out the numbers here to help with it. Just think every round -2 and -20. So they always stay kind of aligned with each other here as we go through. All right. Clock is going to roll here in 10 seconds for you. Said 100 on single start. You're on 3, 2, 1, and here we go. So try to find a rhythm. Quick jumps off the floor. There's 30 seconds. So I threw that for bicycles. I know it said, hey, it's gotta be the higher volume here. You got 10 of them. You say, hey, I'm gonna have full range down. Do 10 box jump, 10 push-ups. 10 box jump, 10 push-ups. So this is the highest round. Push aggressive. So when you finish those burpees, try moving then. Take a quick breather and try moving right back. It's at 80 then on the jump rope. Now always got to stay spiked. We'll try grabbing, going right into it here. I think you're 2 minutes in. And it's going to be 8 once you get to the box jump. So you can look at it, all right? It's got to feel pretty similar. I'm not going to lie here with that fatigue. Like I said, these first 2 rounds are going to be kind of the biggest ones to push pace because you're going to notice it dropping off in round 3, especially 4 and 5. There we go. Yep, keep the pace moving. I said keep that pace moving out. Derby said once you finish 8. Hey, now you're 8. It's 60 and 6 now. You're gonna notice that drop off. 60 and 6 now.
That's what I love now.
All right, there's 4 minutes in. There's 4 minutes in. Good, yep. Find that rhythm. Wire fatigue. Good pace, guys. Good pace. So if you get a whole through the 3rd round of 60 and 6, that 40 and 4 is going to move really quick, and that 20 and 2 is going to be over right away. So if you get a whole through that round 3, the final 2 are going to go very quickly for you. Let's try to finish. Good. 5 minutes in. So round 4 is 40 and 4, and then it'll be 20 and 2. And so, see if you can move that 44, 22, they said. It's going to be much shorter. At 20, you're going to be able to do the jump rope like 10 seconds or so, and move that burpee bicep. And it's going to be fatigued to do the effort, but 2 of them is going to same and take you just about another 10 or so to do. Here we go. That's very different. All right, Bob. Here's on. Elizabeth. Nice. You sit down. Here you go. Good. Good. Final minute here to close it out. Final minute here. Oh, God. Good job, Karen. You got about 20 seconds. 20 seconds. Right, final five. And rest. All right. Great work, Kate. We kind of full everything there with it. Breather on announcements. No big ones for the next week, but do know in April, remember on Tuesdays and Thursdays, the 8 o'clock class is going to be a different class. And what I mean by that is there will still be some of that. There is going to be some strength and maybe a little bit of an intensity piece at the end, but it's going to be a little focused with the idea of maybe a longer on the warm up and a cool down with it. And that intensity of the work is maybe a little backed off, allowing maybe if that's a little more appropriate through the 5 days a week here. So you can come in, get work in, but it's going to be at a lower intensity on those days here. A little focus on that movement at the beginning and recovery at the end. So then you can scale and go into the next day as we go through. So that will be in April, said Tuesday and Thursday at 8. Then that change in that one class for you. Otherwise, as I said, you can leave boxes out. If you just wipe it down, it's great. Otherwise, good work. 8, you are done. Yeah, let's see you again, Elizabeth. Darn has wall balls a bike. No problem, Karen. Nice to see you.